Thanks again for your time and joining us. As promised, we've got Emirates Lions backline coach Ricardo Loubscher and Emirates Lions scrum half Morne van Berg. Preparing for Newcastle Falcons this weekend on Saturday. Um, and as I said in the snapshot earlier on the WhatsApp group, guys, the guys who played on Sunday against Perpignan are traveling back and should be on their way back by this evening. And they'll then, squad will get the day off tomorrow, back to training on Thursday, captain's run on Friday, and match day Saturday. So I'll open the floor. I see Carl's hand is up. So Carl, you've got the first question.
Ricardo, thanks for the opportunity. Morning, afternoon, yeah. You played a completely different game plan on Sunday against the French team. Are you going to stay playing the ugly game, or are we going to see the exciting Lions back?
You must call it winning rugby, not ugly. So, no, Carl, no, I think we had a look at Perpignan, and I think just looking at the game again and just our prep, it was the right plan against them. There's a team that all the French teams, they love to counter-attack. So our plan was to really focus on our game management, to turn them around, put the ball in behind them, and use our defense as a weapon. Luckily for us that we got away with a good result. And I think the plan to send a different team, different squad, that worked well for us. And we're happy for that. And credit to the boys. We basically had 2-3 days to prep, and the boys must take a lot of credit. To become and gel as quickly as a team, because we didn't have a lot of time, but just to get there, travel for I don't know how many hours to get a result. So we're happy with that.
Morne, and how difficult is it? Because I mean the two game plans, it's north and south to each other. How difficult is it to change from the one match to the other to play the different game plan for the players?
Yeah, I think we have to do what's necessary. I think if you go to France and expect to throw the ball around, go to edge, it's not that easy. So I think we went there, like Coach Ricardo said, with the right mindset. We played in there off, we isolated them, they made the mistakes, and we took the points. I think we as players have to adapt. Especially with the new, but it's not new anymore, but with traveling to Europe, it's not the same conditions that you get here in the IFL. So to be a successful team and a successful squad, you have to be able to adapt. And I think the boys did it very well.
Great stuff. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Carl. Ross, you up next.
Thanks very much, Nisa. How's it, guys?
How's
it, Ricardo? You sent, as you know, you guys have said, you sent a whole new team over there. You blooded a lot of guys, tested your depth, but have quite a few of the guys given you guys a bit of a headache now ahead of this weekend, possibly forcing themselves into that starting lineup for the Newcastle game as well?
Yeah, we look at that game, and it's just certain guys really put their hands up, as we say. And I think the big thing for us is now, obviously we're waiting for the squad to arrive, and then tomorrow we're off. We train on Thursday again, and then we'll sit and have a look at selection. But the last 2 days has been good for us, prepping well for Newcastle. And we're just happy with some of the performance of some of the boys. It's really been outstanding for us.
And, how are you guys managing this period? Obviously, you left pretty much your starting team at home to give them a break. But now you play this coming weekend, and then you got 2 weeks off before you play the Sharks in the new year. So how are you sort of managing this period with the guys? Is it a bit tricky, to keep them sort of fresh, especially ahead of that Sharks game in 2 weeks' time?
Yeah, it's always been part of the plan to rotate, and we're lucky that it worked out nicely for us. We got a squad that they stayed behind. We worked yesterday, myself and Barend, we stayed behind with the squad. So yesterday was a good start to our week. Today was another step forward for us. Tomorrow we'll be off. And then obviously on Thursday will be our final prep, and that session will be short and sharp. The big thing is that we've learned from last season that you have to rotate, you have to keep your players, especially your 23 that's playing week in and week out, we have to keep them fresh, and I think that it worked out nicely for us.
Sorry, and just one for Morne. Morne, how's it been this season playing alongside Sanele there at fly half, having two scrum halves as the halfback pairing? Has that been quite fun? And are you guys linking quite well since you both know each other so well?
Yeah, Sanele is an excellent rugby player. So yeah, all credit to him. I think we can put him anywhere and he'll be good. He's really a natural rugby player. So yeah, it's been good to play together. Yeah, I think we're really connecting well and yeah, building that connection. So yeah, it's been very good.
Thanks very much, Ross. Sim, you up next?
How's it, guys? How you doing?
How's it, Sim?
First question is for Ricardo. Having rested your first team, does this put you under pressure for this game? Because obviously you are kind of targeting this game. Does it put you under pressure now that obviously you have to win it in inverted commas because that's the one you targeted?
Not really. If you look at the Dragons game, especially the first 20 minutes, we thought, yeah, just fatigue and playing week in and week out. I think the rotation came in the right time for us, so the timing was good. And I think it's been a great position where we don't use a word for words first team or a team. We got a squad, and after Sunday's game we feel certain players definitely put their hands up and they can start any day against any team.
Right. The next one's for both of you. Just looking at your results this year. Obviously, if someone looks at the column of lost games versus won games, they don't see the close game against the Stormers, they don't see the 1-point defeat to Edinburgh, etc., etc. To what do you attribute your sort of your form to? Is it a simple case of you've had these guys already? You've got a lot of young guys in your team, but they've been playing for quite a while for the Lions, or is it a case of a mixture of that plus maybe your pre-season? Morne, obviously, particularly so because he's been there for quite a while. He's seen the different sort of ways that the coaches have approached things. Why are you guys playing so much better than people think you are? Let me put it that way.
Morne?
Is that a question for me, yes, sir?
It's for both of you.
Okay.
Why do you guys think you're playing so much better than people think you are?
All right, can I go first? Yeah, I think it's firstly for me it's about continuity as a squad, as coaches, and then secondly just clarity around how we want to play the game, and obviously thirdly we had a great pre-season where we could really work on our fitness, on the fundamentals, the style of play that we want to play. So yeah, I think it's a lot of things, but I think those three will stood out for me.
Just for myself, I think it's our third season together, really, as a squad, as a coaching staff and as players, and I really think like Coach Ricky said, the continuity has been building. That we have been forming bonds on and off the field, and I really we hope it's a start now of really a big upward curve. Like you say, we've had we haven't lost a game without a bonus point yet this season. So that start of the season, we were just climbing, and then we are just going to keep climbing, and we're going to keep going forward, and just hopefully getting more wins and keep building on the momentum we have at the moment. But yeah, I think it's been coming a while, and I think we only starting to see it now.
Thanks, guys.
Cool, thanks, Sim. Morgan?
Thanks. How's it, Coach? How's Morne? My question just quickly to you, Coach, is about Newcastle. You go and look at their form, and it's quite poor at the moment. I think they've lost all of 8 matches, and then they lost against Montpellier this past weekend. Does that play a mental role in your preparation? And what else are you expecting from the Falcons?
Thanks, Morgan. Not really. I think the big focus this week is all about how can we take another step forward. In other words, how can we keep the momentum we feel we're really in a good space in terms of the results and just happiness around the team, our team environment. So this week, although it's tough with our preparation, with the squad being over in Pepinjo and we got some oaks that stayed behind, the big thing is all about just making sure we get our preparation right, nail whatever we need to nail in terms of roles, the clarity, the plan. So part of the reason for myself and Baron why we stay behind is to make sure that we start well on Monday, install our plan, get clarity to the players, how we want to play the game. And obviously with the day off tomorrow, we can take a breather. Then on Thursday, we will have all the coaches here, the rest of the squad, and then it's all about just our final prep and making sure we're nailing that.
And what are you expecting from Newcastle? What type of squad, the type of play? Just to explain it, what you've obviously done a review on them already, and what are you guys expecting from them?
Yeah, look, if you look at the games and what we're seeing, and I think we'll see a different team. We don't know what team they're going to pick against us, but I think we'll see a different team in terms of profile. They look against other teams. You can see a team like Leicester, for instance, as soon as that's a power game, in other words, they face a big back, physical teams, big backs. It's a struggle for them. But for us, it's all about making sure that we continue with that, put them under pressure, force mistakes, and lastly, to stick to our DNA, the way we want to play at home. Yeah, we got different styles when we go overseas, but at home we got a certain style how we want to play the game.
Then Morne, just my last one for you. Against the Dragons, you guys seem to open them up a little bit there in the last, also ran them off of their feet. Just go about the attacking play that Coach Ricardo has implemented there, and where you see maybe you guys have to concentrate on fixing a few things and where your strengths are in your attacking game at the moment.
Yeah, we've identified a few areas where we can definitely get better, and we have been working on that. Just to get more attacking ball, to get more momentum, and just to get that wide, and to get running the ball across the field. So we did open up against the Dragons. We did feel it is going to, so we were well prepared for that. But yeah, it's a new challenge this weekend, and yeah, like Coach Ricardo said, they hopefully they come here and we can run and make it a high, like we can increase the minutes. So the ball in play, we can increase that, and then hopefully it can open up again this weekend.
Thanks, Morgan. Ross will give you the final one for the afternoon.
Thanks, Janiso. Ricardo, as I mentioned to Morne earlier, him and Sinele have made a really good partnership this season so far. But it must have been very pleasing for you guys to see, Jordan, who's sort of been pushed out of the starting lineup, putting in such a big performance there against Perpignan, with that man of the match showing that he's just as hungry and, fired up to try and get his position back. Do you think that's great for the squad to see that kind of thing? And were you happy to see him putting in that effort?
100%, Ross, and I think that was part of the initial plan, is to give guys like Jordy, perhaps Boo-Boos, give them opportunity to get the fitness back, get sharp. And it was great to see Jordy walking away from that game as man of the match. We know what he can do. The big thing was just to give them the opportunity to play, to show what he can do, and wow, he controlled the game nicely. We had scoreboard pressure all the time. We played in the right areas, and defensively it was really good. So yeah, happy with his performance, and also with the rest of the boys.
Fantastic. Colleagues, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Coach Rix, Morne, thank you. All the best.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.